Character of these kids in this program and their belief in us as coaches to come up every day and put forth the effort and the work. And we never questioned their effort. We just talked about playing cleaner football, play cleaner football, and you'll put yourself in position to win and go earn victory. And that's what's been the deal. Nothing's going to be given to us. We got to go earn it. And the kids earned it tonight, even with a few setbacks, right? We left 14 points out there, and the kids didn't flinch. We've seen that in previous weeks where we get down and we can't get out of that funk, and they got out of that. They didn't even get into the funk tonight and just believed. And that's hopefully this springboards us, the rest of this year because, the fight and the grit. And I'm just, for Tony Elliott, the leaders program, like, who's more deserving than him? Nobody. And these kids and what we've been through in the last calendar year, first time in 100 years or whatever the deal is, just a lot of good things, and there's a celebration going on in there, and those kids, I'm so happy for those kids.
So happy. Your offensive line, which seems to be improving week by week. What did you think of
that? Was a big key, because early there now they got us a little bit with 2 sacks, right? And but we still moved the ball. We believe we could run the ball on these guys, and it was evident, with 228 yards rushing. Tony was slow early on, and then he got going and made some plays for us. But, it was just a total team win. We talked about that, all 3 phases. Got to play a complete game. Special teams didn't have any blunders. Defense did a great job. We tried to screw it up offensively, but we overcame it. And I just lost for words right now.
How important was it for you guys to score after Carolina went up by 10 early?
Yes, that was big. That was real big because it just reaffirmed our belief. Right, because the kids know they couldn't stop us, right? That was our belief. They couldn't stop us, right? So to go down there and score just lifted us up to go finish this game.
You guys had a balanced offense.
Yes.
How important was it seeing this kind of come together from when we saw the more rushing yards, the most rushing yards since Georgia Tech 2021?
Yeah. That's kind of the formula, that we to be able to establish a line of scrimmage, stay ahead of it. I thought the kids executed whenever we took shot plays, executed those, and unfortunate with the 2 turnovers in the red zone. But, these kids took the game plan, they ate it, they lived it, they dreamed it, they visualized it, and they went out and executed it, and that's why they earned victory tonight.
Malik Washington scores that 14-yard touchdown.
Unbelievable.
The fight he showed,
unbelievable.
4 tackles.
Unbelievable. That just exemplifies the character of this team, man. There's no fight these kids. Tony scrambling around. That's what it is. Football. Some playmakers make plays, and those 2 guys made a play, and I love it. I love it. So, yeah.
That's not the way you drew it up.
Not at all. But we'll take it. But we will take it.
How about Mike Hollins in the red zone?
Yeah. Mike. It's good to have him back this week. Mike had a good game against them last year, so he's got a lot of belief in it. He's a thumper, and we could just kind of dominate them in the run game in that fashion. And Mike he took heed of that, and we got to lift Mike up because it's not his fault. He's fighting, down there that touchdown. I would love for him to finish with 3 touchdowns. Would love that for the kid and all that he's been through. But Mike's a fighter for us.
How much momentum does this give you guys? You have the tough slate coming up.
Yeah, if for our kids. Like I said, just to validate what we're doing, right? Trusting the process of what we're doing, right? Continue to clean things up, playing complementary football, and who knows what's going to happen the rest of this year, right? It's in our hands to go out there and take it.
You've scored touchdowns now on 3 of your first 5 opening drives.
Yep.
I know we've talked about scripting.
Yep.
What is working so well coming out of the gate there?
Well, the coaching staff is doing a really good job of formulating a game plan. And the players are doing a good job of taking that game plan and going out and executing it. And the thing I like about the guys is now we're starting to see, in-game adjustments and things, right? And like tonight, there's some plays, a play or 2 that we didn't practice all week, but we talked about on the sideline, reaffirmed it with each other, and they went out and executed. And in that 4-minute drive, that first down was a play that we hadn't practiced all week, but we talked about on the sideline. All right, the guys obeyed the rules of the play and they executed and got us a first down, with that forced them to burn timeouts in that situation. So, again, all that does to me is tell me that these kids they're locked in, they're taking what we ask them to do, and now it's starting to correlate and transfer to the field.
you're there obviously day in and day out, so you know that this is the kind of play that they're capable of. But
Yeah.
to do it in this capacity
Yeah.
against a team like Carolina,
Yeah.
what is that like?
You know, it's very elating, but you know what? These kids, we believe we could do it. We believe that we should have won games prior to, and we just didn't do it. So for them, just to come out and play this complete game, offense, defense, special teams, and but the beauty of it is, as a coach, there's still room for improvement, and the guys know that. So we're going to enjoy this for 24 hours and get back to work because we got a tall task next week down in Miami.
You mentioned the red zone turnovers. We talked about Mike's fumble, but
Yeah.
Muscat's throw, it seemed like
Yeah.
maybe if you put some air
Yeah.
under it, is that just
Yeah.
an execution?
Just an execution thing there with that, you know. We saw they were giving us that opportunity there and take a shot. And I'll call that play again. And knowing that Tony and Malachi, they will execute that. That's my faith and trust in them. So we just keep chopping wood, just keep going, you know.
Fourth down, you guys picked up a couple of
Yes.
conversions
Yes.
early in the game. What was key?
Yeah, so Coach Elliott, we talked about it this week that, you know, if the ball got from the 50 to the plus 30, and we're going to be in 4-down territory. So that was our plan coming to the game. So when it was 3rd down and 8, I didn't have to throw the ball, right? I can run it and see if we can get it to a 4th and manageable, and that helped extend some of our drives early that converted into points. So, you know, that was, as a staff, you know, Coach Elliott and us as staff, that was our plan coming into this game, and being aggressive in those situations, you know, once we cross midfield.
Had you kind of had in the back of your mind that 4th and 2 play action to sack it?
Yes.
That worked so well?
Yes, it showed up on tape. That was something that they was given to us, and again, the guys executed it, you know, perfectly. So.
You got a nickname for the Broster House package?
No, not yet. I'm sure the guys will come up with something for it. So yeah.
You might have answered this already,
Yep.
but what about Tony's willingness to put his body
Yes.
on the line? I know he's not 100%.
Yeah, and you know, and that's the other piece of it, right? When you talk about defenses having to defend a lot of things, and tonight his legs obviously helped us. I mean, he had 12 carries for 75 yards, and a couple of quarterback draws, the design runs, pop for explosive plays. You know, understanding that, yes, you got to be a distributor of the football in the passing game, but also your legs are just as vital to us in making this offense go.
Settled with the offensive line, now happy with that?
You know, again, watching the tape, but I felt like, you know, Blake came in there and played well, you know, which is, we've been pushing Blake. Blake's a super talented kid. He's a young kid. He's still growing. We're going to keep pushing him, encouraging him, because his ceiling is so high as a player. You know, Uganda and Ty rotated pretty good in there, you know, so it's still evolving, but there's a lot of success out there tonight, and it's all attributed to those guys up front, man. You know, it was clean, you know, to change the line of scrimmage and rush for 228 yards. That's all attributed to the guys up front, and the back's doing a great job running hard, downhill, physical. So, you know, it should continue to create confidence in the kids, all right, and to come back to work, right? Because there's nothing for us to be satisfied with, right? We got to go earn some more victories, and we got enough tough challenge this week down in Miami.